Ching from HKBU.
Thank you.
Dr. Ma did her PhD in the Catholic University of Louvain in Belgium, and yeah, I know. And the center she used to be, actually, they developed the first learner corpus in the world. So they have a long tradition of doing corpus linguistics in the center. She did her PhD research in second language acquisition, maybe not that related to corpus linguistics, but she's been practicing introducing corpus tools to secondary school teachers because her university is specialized in teacher training, so she has constant collaborations with secondary school teachers in Hong Kong, and it's my pleasure to invite her to be here and show us some practical tools that we can use in our classrooms as well. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'd like to thank you, Dr. Chen, for inviting me to have this opportunity to conduct this workshop for you. I think it's really nice to meet, your colleagues. It's such a cozy room. And also, I realize that some of you maybe already are experts of corpus linguistics. Okay, all right. So maybe today what I will show you would be just, like a piece of cake. So something very easy. Okay. So I'm not going to introduce you any theory. Just show you, maybe some corpora websites you already know about. Okay, all right, okay. And actually, because we conducted, we completed one project to introduce corpus-based pedagogy to Hong Kong school teachers. In the past year, we ran 10 workshops for, teachers in Hong Kong and also teachers in Shenzhen. Okay. And today we'd like to share this kind of experience with you. But I'm aware that for the teachers at tertiary level, usually you have a good maybe knowledge about corpus linguistics. Okay, all right, okay. So thank you very much. Okay. So today I'm going to focus on how to enhance students' lexical skills in writing. I think all of us, okay, as language teachers, we need to mark students' essays, right? We have to point out lots of lexical errors, okay? And this is something you need to do every day, okay? But today I'm going to maybe show you how can we help students discover their own errors, in writing with a corpus-based pedagogy. So basically, I think. As many language teachers, you have some good knowledge of what the corpus is, but what about can we also show this knowledge to our students and develop some initial skills on our students so that they can use this corpus tools to help them improve the lexis in writing. Okay, so this would be my purpose of this workshop. So by the way, can you hear me clearly? Yes. Because I think I have some sore throat today. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. So so briefly, this would be the outline today, and I will just focus on two corpus websites. Do you know LexTutor? Tom Cobb's LexTutor. But I've been personally using this for more than 10 years, and I find it very useful. It's free. You don't need to register. So just open the website and use it. Okay. And the second one is words and the phrases. Do you know Coca? Yes. Okay, it's based on Coca. So the search interface is very similar, but actually it has some functions which Coca doesn't have. So I'm going to focus on these two corpus websites today. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess maybe I will be very brief about this. Okay. So I guess most of you know what a corpus is and what a concordance line is, right? Okay, all right? And you know how to do some basic searches from select free online corpora, right? Okay. And okay, so maybe I'll just focus on the last one, okay, slightly, okay. So I hope you, or maybe, okay, I'm not sure, okay. So by the end of the workshop, you can develop some initial ability to help students improve the lexis in writing with available online corpora. So basically, you're going to guide your students how to use these corpus search tools. Okay. A corpus can, well, this is benefits. I think most of you understand, right? Okay. For example, provide insights into language use when intuitions fail. Okay, yes, I don't need to expand it. Explain this to you. I think all of you know well. Okay, and it could also be a useful source for developing language teaching and learning materials. Now, personally, have you ever used any corpus tools when you teach a language course to your students? Yes, you do, right? Okay, so you have already some, good idea. Okay, and it can also provide students with opportunities for hands-on language learning experience. For example, in my last Thursday's lecture, I give students a 3-hour workshop. It's a course in lexical morphology for MA course. By the end of the course, I make them design. So it's for most of the students the first time for them to know what corpus is and how to do some basic corpus searches. So at the end of the 3 hour, maybe I think they spend 2 hours and a half, and the final half an hour, I ask them to design some corpus-based learning teaching activities. I feel connected, like 3 or 4. I think most of the groups manage to do so. Okay, all right. So it is possible. Okay. Okay. Well, I guess you all know the definition of corpus, right? So I don't need to spend time. I don't want to waste any time. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Do you know this? Like Mika's? So this is provided by the native speaking university students, right? I think it's this corpus perhaps is very relevant for you because you're going to teach like a university level students, right? Okay, and the BNC, all of you know, right? COCA, right? Okay, and the word and the phrase is based on COCA, so it's American English. Okay, and LexTutor it hosts about 40 corpora. Okay, so different types of corpora. Some corpus is very small, maybe like 1 or 2 million, so easy to search. Okay, and EDUHK, our department, the Department of Linguistic and Modern Language Studies, we have several colleagues who are interested in, using corpus data, and they all develop their own corpora. For me, I developed a 2 million EAP corpora. Okay, but I'm not going to show it to you today. Okay, next time if you're interested, I can come. Okay, all right. Today I will just focus on these two free corpora. Free in the sense that you don't need to pay, you don't need to register. Okay, all right. For words and a phrase, you can use it if you conduct the initial 20 searches. You don't need to register. Okay, after 20 searches, you have to register, but the registration procedure is same to COCA. Okay, right. So how to search words in LexTutor? So this is how it looks like. Okay, so usually I just type www.lextutor.ca from Canada. It was created by a Canadian scholar, Tom Cobb. Tom Cobb, maybe more than 20 years ago. Okay, right. But he kept updating his corpus website. Okay, so this is the search engine. I guess most of you know how to search words, right? So basically, we have to put a keyword here. Okay, and here you have to choose a corpus. Okay, and then you have to need to specify how you're going to sort the words to either left or right of the keyword. Okay. Okay, and afterwards you just get get concordance. You will know. Okay, I will give you some opportunities to search. Okay, but maybe I just explain this search user interface to you. Okay, so keyword here. So you enter the keyword here. Okay, yes, and it has 4 search functions. Equals. That means if you enter comfort, you only search comfort, but you don't search comforts or comfortable. Okay. Like family, you can search like if you enter comfort, you can search comfortably, uncomforted, uncomfortable. Okay. Starts you can search comfort, comfortable, comforting. Okay. Ends, for example, if you type NESS, you can search any words that end with this suffix. Okay. So I think this search interface is a little bit, I think it has more functions than other, search engines. Okay. And then you have to choose a corpus. You see, so there are many to choose. I think maybe you are familiar with some of them. Okay. For school teachers, usually I recommend them to like Disney scripts, like for primary school teachers, right? Or for secondary school, like 2K or 1K graded corpus. Okay. But for you, I think also your students are university levels, right? So I would just suggest you to use normal ones. For example, my favorite one is this one, Brown plus BNC written 2 million. Because Brown is American English and BNC is British English, and you've got 2 million, so it's not huge, okay? And usually you can get search results quite quickly, okay? All right. Okay, so I would advise you as university teachers to use this one. So, but this one's very big, BNC plus Coca, so it's a 40 million, 40 million words, okay? So Brown BNC written, my favorite one, to give some short demo to my students, okay? Yeah, this one, okay. And the BNC written the speech 2 million, okay? So you only focus on British English, okay? And the BNC speech 10 million. If you teach, oral English, maybe you can use this one, okay? All right. Now let's start with it's just a simple search, okay? All right. So Lex Tutor, okay? So you go to this www.lextutor.ca, okay? This is the website looks like, and then you click here, concordance, okay? Concordance, okay, concordance, all right. Okay, I will show you how to search, and then I will give you time. Some opportunity to search by yourself. Okay, first maybe just observe me. Okay, that's just very simple. Okay, all right, so just type a keyword here. Oh, sorry. Insist. Okay, so I just use equals to make it simple. Okay. And I choose my favorite one is this one, I think. Okay, and I will sort one word to the. Maybe we're interested in knowing how the word insist should be used, so we should choose to sort the word by one word to right of the keyword, right? Insist on, insist upon, right? So right, okay. And then they just click on. Get concordance. Okay, so you get all the concordance. So altogether we get, you see, 40 concordance lines. Okay, so each of this is a concordance line. Okay, and each of the line actually is from a different different text. If you click, you can see that. You see, it's from different text. Okay, you can see the whole context. Okay, all right. But just by observing, the use pattern of this word, you can see that everything is alphabetically arranged for us, and we can, discover the patterns easily, right? So insist on something, insist that clause, insist upon. Okay, so this pattern is very clear. Okay, right. Oh no, okay, maybe now can you just practice search on something very simple? Okay, just go back to this search. Okay, so you can use your mobile phone, you can use a QR code, you can just log to the website and search. Okay, search any words you want. Okay, all right. Remember you have to sort the words, either left or right. Okay, usually it's one word, but if you want, but sometimes you can just adjust, not only one word. Okay, but just practice, okay? And if you have any problem, raise your hand, and my assistant and I will come to help you, okay?
So in this interface, is it possible to specify the part of speech of the?
No.
So
no, it's not. No, it doesn't. So in this case, the Coca would be better. Coca would be better.
Okay.
So okay. But I think this website is very user-friendly for students. It's easy to use. You don't need to show them there are so many functions. Okay.
14 million is a big one.
Yeah. So you got many
Still in my
lines.
mind.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
still kind of coming.
Maybe try
Okay.
corpus.
If you choose a big corpus, it will take longer time for the result to show up.
Try
So just remember this.
corpus, see if you can. Is coca a race? Oh yes. It's a
Yes,
race.
it's
I think it's probably a recent thing to use it as a word. Correction.
Ah,
Only three examples of the word.
Okay, so I can continue? Yes, okay. All right. All right, let's start with a concrete query. How can we help students discover the errors in using connectors with LexTutor? I think connectors, students often make mistakes, on connectors in writing, right? Okay. Regardless of our teaching, they still make the same mistakes. Okay. Let's, this, the passage written by our students. Here you can see that besides is marked as wrong use, but you should know that here it's more appropriate should we use in addition, right? In addition, okay. But why it seems most Chinese students prefer to use besides a lot. They use besides overuse. They tend to use besides, overuse, right? But why? Maybe because it's besides in addition. When they translate into Chinese, it's the same. Just one the same lexical item translation, but in English we make a distinct, differentiation between besides and in addition, right? Okay, so we need to show students, right? Well, okay, you can't do this, okay. So wrongly use adverb besides to indicate a major addition to an argument. So in this case, this is a major addition, not a minor addition. Yeah. Besides will be used only when we introduce some less important information. But see, this one just follows the topic sentence. It should be a major addition, but not the minor addition, right? Okay. What about here? However, I believe most of you frequently encounter this kind of wrong use, right? They use however, therefore, moreover, persistently as connectors or conjunctions. Okay, but however, in three of these cases, however, therefore, moreover, actually, these words are conjunctive adverbs, not connectors. Okay, right? Okay, so we need to show to our students you can't use them as connectors. Okay, but in Chinese, because we can translation, we can all use however, therefore as connectors. Okay. So the conjunctive adverbs are wrongly used to connect two sentences. Okay. So we can so we will ask students to search however in the LexTutor and ask them to observe the usage patterns. Okay, so each usage pattern is associated with okay, so try to summarize the use patterns of however, okay? And based on the use patterns, we can convincingly show them, okay? However, it's rarely used as a connector in English, okay? So this is my purpose. So it's very easy. You can start searching yourself, okay? So you just go to LexTutor, okay? And you can choose this, Brown and BNC written, 2 million words, okay? You still get many lines for this, okay? And you use equals function and however, just input however, okay? And you remember to sort the word, one word to left of keyword. One to left, not right this time, okay? Okay, yeah. Okay. You can make line width 150 or 130, it doesn't matter, okay? 150, that means the sentence will be longer, okay? But 130, I think is fine, okay? Right. Yeah. So can you search? How many lines have you got? You should got something like 100, 1,000, 1,000 lines.
Yeah,
Right?
lots.
A lot, a lot,
Good.
a lot. Okay. So in this case, you don't need a big corpus. A small corpus is enough. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, 1,000.
Yeah, 1,000. Yeah. Okay. Now, how do we, when we get 1,000 concordance lines, also just imagine your students, got the result of 1,000 concordance lines. How can we help them, discover the use patterns? Here the tip is try to pay attention to the conjunctions, to the punctuations before or after, however. Okay, all right, okay. So, so let me search with you, okay? So Lex Tutor, this one. Okay, so we, concordances, English input. So we use however, okay, and so this one, right? Okay, and one word to left. Okay, so okay, that's all, and then you just get concordance. Okay, you can see that everything is alphabetically arranged for you. So in most cases, you see, however, followed by a comma, right? By a comma. It's not used as a connector, right? It's an adverb. This is clear, right? Okay. So you scroll down. Okay, for this one, it's a semicolon, again followed by a comma. But I think this use is very similar, for example, to this use, right? Very similar. But it's two separate sentences, right? Okay. So in this case, it's obvious. However, it's used as a adverb. It's not a connector, right? Okay. Okay, and there are also this kind of use. So, however, is put between two comma. Okay. Again, in this case, if even we delete however, the sentence still makes sense. So it's an adverb, not a connector, right? Okay. So by so doing, we can easily summarize the three use patterns for however when it is used as a conjunctive adverb. Okay, so use however to begin a sentence, for example, like however, blah, 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 however, okay. Or use however to interrupt a sentence. Okay, you put like, okay, you comma, however, and comma. Okay, if even you delete however, the sentence still makes sense. Okay, so it is, however, extremely blah, blah, okay, and use however to join two simple sentences to make a compound sentence. Okay, okay, semicolon. Okay. So this is, mostly how however should be used as a conjunctive adverb. But there's a few cases when however can be used as a connector. But students wouldn't be able to discover it. So far, I only discovered one or two among this 1,000. Okay, so as teachers, you have to do some search, spend some time, beforehand, to show to. The only thing, I think is a few, not only one. Okay, I found actually, I will go back to our searches. Okay, the search result. Okay, so let's go. For example, like 89. 89, okay. So, and however badly, okay, let's click on this one. So, and, comma, however badly, okay, appears to have blah, 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 and some people are still to be, so however badly, so however it's kind of like use, in this case, however maybe means in whatever means, right? Okay, so in this case, it's used as a connector. Okay, and we also have other instances like 162. Okay, Yeah, however badly, okay. Okay, you see, but, comma, however successful they are financially. Also, it's a kind of a connector, right? And also 164, this one. But however horrible the blah blah blah, see? Okay, and also 165, 65. But however we come, okay, all right? And the last one is 390. Okay, because I searched for a long time. Finally, I found some good ones. Okay, this one. There's some kind of however one looks at it. Therefore, okay. So just a very few instances where however is used as a connector. So most cases, however is used as a conjunctive adverb. Okay. So after this kind of search, we can convince students. Okay. You cannot use however as a connector. When however used as a connector, it has the meaning is different. Okay. 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 So however can be used as conjunction, but rarely. But it means in whatever manner, by whatever means, to what extent. Okay. You can put however at the beginning, usually beginning of a sentence. Okay. Yeah. So this is how we, we cannot just ask students to search and help them. They can discover this by themselves. Teachers, we can, we do the searches first and show them. Okay. And for example, you can design some simple like activity like what I have designed earlier. You see, just you can provide them the use pattern. Okay, and ask them to provide you with the good sentences. Or you can select a few typical sentences, example sentences. Ask them to find the sentence pattern for you. Okay, some simple exercise. Okay, not something very complicated. Okay, all right. So this is the first example I'm going to show you. Okay. So far we know that what, however, is much more frequently used as a conjunctive adverb rather than a conjunction. It's the same for therefore. Same idea, right? Therefore, they use therefore as a conjunctive connector all the time. Okay, right. Okay, do you have any question about Lex Tutor? Because now I'm going to introduce you the other one, the words and phrases. Okay, but yeah.
I'm just wondering, is it possible to turn the all cap for the search the word into the actual case? Because from your searching, however, has all been in capital letters.
Yeah.
If you see, for example, semicolons, the word will be used in small letter, or maybe at the beginning of the sentence after full stop, it will be just the capital letter H. Will that confuse the student?
Okay. Well, I think actually, however, is capitalized because the keyword.
Yeah.
It's a keyword, right? Yeah.
To turn it back into the original setting. Or they may have to go into there and see it. I can see whenever they get into
well, in this case, maybe we just point to students. It's capitalized because it is highlighted, not because it is capitalized in its original form. I think for each corpus website, it has some advantages and disadvantages in terms of corpus searches. Okay, so we have to bear this in our mind. Thank you for your question. Okay, all right. So these words and phrases, okay. So, okay, later you will have opportunity to search in this website, okay. So I'm going to show you, okay. That's very slow. Okay. Okay, so this is how it looks like, okay. Frequency, okay, so it has, for example, I put 1 here, okay? So search, it doesn't have anything. List from, okay, search. You see, you can see that So if you this function, you can rank all the words from the first one, the most frequent one, to the 60,000 words. So you can see clearly the is the most frequently used word, and the most frequently used verb is verb be, and then follow, have, and then do, and see, and go. Okay, so you got many information from this website. Okay, all the corpus data is taken from COCA. Okay. So you can obtain different types of information from word phrases, word frequencies. Rank all the words from 1 to 60,000. Okay. Definition of the word. For this website, the uniqueness is it also provides definition for each word you searched, like a dictionary. Okay. All right. And the most wonderful thing is it will extract common collocates for each of the keyword you search automatically. You don't need to summarize by yourself. You can just you can generate a list of common collocates for each keyword you searched. So that's why I think this is a very useful website. Okay, and also text analysis is very useful, and I'll show you later. Okay, so I will show you one by one. Okay, all right. Okay. Let's start with concrete search. How do we help students discover correct collocation in writing? Okay. A common lexical error made by Chinese students. They mix up synonym like practice and exercise, right? This is a sentence taken from student writing, but it's not a university students or senior secondary school, but I guess they will make similar mistakes, okay? For example, like, if you ride bicycle to school, you don't only can practice your body, okay? But you can save you much time. So practice body, this is a kind of a salient mistake here, right? As teachers, we would correct it immediately. But next time, perhaps they will see practice your body, right? All right. Okay. So we're going to use word and phrases to help them. Okay. So you can start search. Okay. So you can go to the website. Okay. You just type word and the phrase. Word and the phrase. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll guide you later. Okay. All right. I'll guide you. Okay. So we go to the website. All right. So you just input practice. You have to remember to use American spelling because it's based on COCA. And because it's a verb. Okay. So you're interesting. It's used as a verb, right? Oh, sometimes because it's free and it forces you to contribute, but they just ignore it and they just click on search again and you get results. Okay, I encountered this case several times. Doesn't matter, just ignore it. Okay, right? Ignore it, then you okay. You don't need to contribute. Okay. All right. Okay. So it tells you the rank of practice. Okay, it's a verb practice. Okay, and did you see here? Definition. Provide you with definition immediately. 3 definitions. Okay, right? Like a dictionary. Okay, and also you see that collocates, noun. The common collocate, non-collocates for practice law, medicine, skill, art, week, religion, form, physician, blah 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 blah. Okay, right? Okay, yes. But do we see body? We didn't see body, right? Non-collocates. We didn't see body. Okay, so you say focus on this part. We can select some typical, common collocations for practice. So usually you can see that here practice usually can be followed by some usually abstract noun. Law, right? Something abstract. Yoga, right? You cannot touch it. It's not tangible, right? Okay? Like skill, religion, right? Even for medicine. But when we say practice medicine, it's a doctor who prescribes medicine rather than who produces medicine, right? Okay, so usually the practice can be followed by some concrete, abstract nouns, not tangible, right? So not the body. Body is a tangible noun, right? Okay? Okay. And then we can use the function synonyms to find the synonym of practice exercise. Okay, and from the website. Okay, but I tried to make it small. How can I see this? Oh yeah, you can see that? Exercise is a synonym. Synonyms. So it also extracts all the synonyms of practice for you. You can see that exercise is listed here. Okay, so you click on exercise. All right. And then you see the common collocations for exercise. Exercise, power, right, control, authority, and muscle and body. So exercise can be followed by both abstract nouns, abstract and concrete nouns. Okay, right. So you can show students muscle and body. Okay. So that's the difference between exercise and practice. All right. Then afterwards, you can maybe so at this stage, students may discover the appropriate collocations for practice. Okay. And they can correct the collocation errors. For example, they can't say practice body, but exercise body. Okay, and then maybe you can make them try to learn from these concordance lines which exercise or practice is correctly used. Okay, so show them some like exercise your entire body. Regular exercise can enhance brain function. If you don't exercise your body, you are not going to have strong bones. Okay, so or maybe you can make some gut feeling questions out of these concordance lines. Okay, right? Okay, yeah. So this is this example I'm going to show you. Okay. So any questions so far? It's okay. And if you miss some of the steps I show, you can just follow the PowerPoint. So it's meant to be a step-by-step guide. So you can do search, perform search, to search all the words. Okay. You won't miss anything.
One question is, how is this different from some more ready-made dictionary, collocation dictionary like Scare Engine, or even a collocation dictionary?
I wouldn't say it's different, but the thing is, it just makes students search.
Right.
Often, if you want students to learn, we tell them the answer, they don't remember. Here, you make them do some work, practice some searches. You guide them. You try to tune their attention to some specific parts you want them to focus on, right? I think I would think it's maybe kind of like research by doing something. It's also kind of deep learning, But I believe maybe it's what I heard about sketch engine, but I never use it. I think maybe the idea would be the same. Okay, I wouldn't say this idea would be new. Okay, all right. Okay.
Another question is, to what extent these results can really inform the writing? Sometimes there could be combination that's completely acceptable, but we just can't find it in the results here. So if students would say, well, I can't find this combination, but does that mean I can't use it, writing?
Oh, I think it's if you can't find any in the usage in the corpus, particularly when you choose a big corpus like COCA, right? Maybe there's already, I think there's something alarming here. Well, I'm going to show you just for the next, okay? It's again, it's a collocation mistake, okay? And if you don't find any example, perhaps there's a mistake there, okay? And also I will show you, okay, when students discover this mistake, and what other words will be collocated with this word. And words and phrases can also guide the students find the correct word collocation. Okay, I'm going to show you. How can we use text analysis available on words and phrases to help students self-correct their own mistakes in writing? This is exactly what you asked. Okay, I'm not sure whether you'll be satisfied afterwards or not. Okay. Okay. So this is a new. That's another function, text analysis. Okay, which is only available on text on words and phrase. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Okay, first I'm going to show you the student writing sample. Again, it's produced by a senior secondary school student. Okay, there might be many mistakes here, but the salient ones here: soft traffic jams. Soft traffic jams. Right? Okay. So how can we use, words and a phrase to help students discover? Well, this is a mistake. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to words in the phrase, okay? Words in the phrase, okay? So we need to use the function text analysis, okay? So we click through here. Analyze texts, okay? Yes, we click analyze texts, okay? So what we can do is we just copy and paste. That's not this one. You can just copy and paste student writing, okay? Here. All right, and you click on phrase. Click on phrase. Remember, click on phrase, and then you click on search. Okay, you can see that this function actually is slightly similar to what is available in LexTutor. It can help you to analyze the frequency levels of the words students used. So you can see that. So the dark green it ranks from so the 500 frequency words. And the light green is from 500 to 300 word families, okay? 1,000, okay? And then there's the bright yellow is 3,000 frequency or higher, above, okay? So you can see that the students can use lots of words, you know, at the 3,000 frequency level, so it's quite good, right? You see that, okay? But the problem is, you know, there's some mistakes in collocation. Okay, you see the solve. Where's the solve? Solve traffic jams. Okay. Now what you can do is just put this word one by one to the box. So you click on solve. Okay, there. Then click traffic. There. Jams. There. Okay. Then you click on search. No examples in corpus. So that means this is based on COCA, so it's large. Okay, so perhaps the students know this is a wrong collocation, right? But how can we help students, guide students, you know, in discovering the accurate use of traffic jams? Which verbs will be, you know, collocated with traffic jams? Okay, this text analysis function will also help students do so. Okay, so we. Okay. All right. So what we do is we click I want to change to okay, I select word solve. Okay, so I click on solve, change to. So part of speech. Verb, change to verb. So here we're going to search what verbs can be collocated with traffic jams, okay? And here perhaps we would like to search for jams and also jam, okay? So we change to all forms. So we include jam and jams, all forms, okay? And then you search again. All right, something happens here.
Oh.
So avoid traffic jams. Number one, create traffic jams, cause traffic jams. And which one do you think actually the student is attempting at? Reduce. That's right. Reduce traffic jams. You click on reduce traffic jams. You can see the concordance lines here. So the correct collocate the student would like to use is reduce, not solve. Yeah.
May I ask, is it possible to do a search like this without having the text? Like if the student was thinking, oh, can I?
Oh, you
use
can.
it?
Yeah, you can just input just one
like
phrase.
Oh, okay.
You can
just
do the
one
same.
phrase. Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it just analyze 3 words for you.
Oh, I see.
But basically it's the same. Just if you click on the word, it will enter the box.
Okay.
Okay, you don't need to enter the, just want to show you all the functions, okay, available for this search engine.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. So maybe you can just search. Maybe try to search. If you don't know how to search, just refer to the slides. Okay, it'll show you. Okay, all right. All right. So search any the frequently wrongly used
You can't do it.
You can't do it on a mobile phone
Oh yes, because you need to drag.
because
Right? You need to try.
I tried.
You just try.
Well, you
Maybe
can
it's because
access
you,
this
You
website.
haven't been paying, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I logged in. For the 20 searches, it's free.
Oh, okay.
After 20 searches, you need to register. You don't need to pay. You just have to leave your email, the email account, and then you can register the account for free. Okay, it's the same as COCA, the
Do I need to
registration
leave my
process.
credit card?
No, your email account.
Okay.
Email account. Just leave your email account. You can register this website for free. If you already got a account for the COCA, you can use the same to log in. It's the same.
Phrase.
Right. So you click here. Okay.
I
So
tried
let's
it,
go
maybe-
back.
maybe I
Okay.
can do it.
It
You
seems
need
like
to,
your screen. Oh, you're right. Your screen.
So here, just you have to make sure. Yeah. Click on login, and it will ask you to register. Just leave your email account. Just very easy.
I think
Request a desktop version of the
Oh.
website. And then
But for the first 20 searches, it's free. You don't
Oh,
need to
you can
register.
just- oh.
If you haven't searched for 20 words, then it's free.
I see.
You can still use it.
You
Okay.
need to click on the word. You need to.
You can refer to the slides from 29 to 32. Okay, it shows you how to search 29 to 32.
Continuous phrase.
In the past, when I demonstrate the use of this function, as teachers will ask me, how can students discover the errors by themselves? It's very difficult, right? But maybe if we don't want to correct students' mistakes all the time, we can underline. Use indirect corrective feedback. You underline and ask students try to show you do some corpus search and find the accurate collocations, right? You see? Or I know that now it's very popular to use some like automatic writing tools to correct student grammar mistakes. In China, it's called 批改网. If you upload a student essay, it will correct some of the salient grammar mistakes for you. Okay, so it, so actually maybe, but I'm not. But you need to pay. It's not free. Okay, then students know this is wrongly used. Okay, and then maybe I can use this website to get the accurate collocations, right? So this won't help you solve all the problems. Just give you a little bit of help. Okay, all right, yeah. Okay. Do you have other questions? No questions. Okay. So actually, I think I basically showed you all the functions I would like to show you. Okay, because this is a short, seminar. Okay. Sorry. So text analysis. Okay. This okay. Help students self-correct their own mistakes in writing. Reduce traffic jams. Okay. But this exercise the body. Sorry, I made a mistake. It's not available on text analysis. Just a collocation function. Okay. And we also can use the concordant Lex Tutor to help students discover errors using connectors, but with teacher's guidance. Okay. So this is what I would like to show you today. I'm going to show you. May just give you just spend a few minutes on it because okay. At the end of the project, we combined a website for school teachers, language teachers, to give them basic knowledge, to help them develop a basic corpus literacy, how to use corpus tools. You can just take a look. Okay, just to make sure you just a few minutes. Okay, this is how it looks like. Okay, so teacher training like a crash course. I think maybe you can also, if you think this website is useful, you can also show to your students if they have no idea about corpus linguistics is. Okay, so this is like a very simple, definition. Okay, so we also we created lots of useful YouTube videos. It's usually just 2 or 3 minute video to demonstrate how to perform corpus searches. Okay, all right, and. How to use different corpora, okay, like okay, so BYU is the COCA, okay, British National Corpus, okay, and word and phrase, Lex Tutor, and COM, Okay, so it's a quick introduction. Okay, and with lots of videos. Okay, short videos, just 2 or 3 minute video, not long. Okay, so all right, and this teaching activities. This actually we spend lots of time. Okay. But at the moment, our target in our project target is school teachers, so primary or secondary school teachers. Okay, for you, I know your level is different, but maybe you can just take a look and see how you can adapt some of these, activities to make it more suitable to your students. Okay, now I'm going to maybe show you like this one. This one I think is a good example. Okay, you can download it. Interesting. Why can't download it? Oh, you can download it. So we designed this for primary school, up primary school teachers or secondary school teachers. Okay, so we give them a concrete guide. So this corpus-based learning lesson can last maybe for a double lesson. Okay, so the purpose of this activity is to make students make a differentiate between ing adjective and ed adjective, like interesting, interested, amazing, amazed, okay. Boring or bored, Okay, so here we focus on amazing and amazed. Okay, so first we use a text to introduce amazing and amazed. Okay, and then students need to underline the 2 adjectives, amazed, amazing. Just so in this case, we just draw the attention to the language form for the first time. Okay. Pay attention to the language form, okay? So they don't need to do much, okay? Underline, okay? And then pair work. Okay, look at examination provided by the learner's dictionary and can identify the differences in meaning or usage. Pair work. You can maybe have some discussion, blah, 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 okay? And then you check your understanding, the 3rd step, individual work, okay? So, true or false, something like that, okay? Yes. Okay. And then, activity 4 is a pair work discovery activity. Look at the concordance lines and see if you can find the answers, okay, by yourself. So at this time, we show students concordance. If students do not have a computer with them, you can just print some concordance lines, okay? So like here is amazed. This is amazing, you see. So we show them both concordance lines with amazed, amazing, okay? Okay, so basically we try to, for example, like in this activity, we try to draw attention to the subject which can be used together with amazed. For example, somebody or something, okay? And it's the same, we do the same for amazing, again, somebody or something. Though, for amazing, both somebody and something should be okay, but for amazed, usually somebody or something, okay? Okay, and the summary, small group work, exploring activity. And then they need to, based on this step-by-step guide, students are able to summarize the use patterns. Okay, it's a bit tricky, okay, yeah. And finally, we make them to do some oral work. For example, like they have to, we extend learning of ing, ed to other pairs, like excited, exciting, bored, boring, okay, all right, okay. And for example, first they have to, for this activity, first they have to just, make a simple multiple choice, okay. And afterwards, they have to interview a friend using the correct questions. So it's oral work. So not only just written work, so oral work, okay, all right, pair work, okay, all right. And finally, you can make it a writing, a written task. Maybe based on the interview of your classmate, please produce a writing, produce a composition, which you use some of the words. Okay, so we make it, so not so boring, We introduce individual work, pair work, okay, oral and written work, okay. So this is how we design these activities for school teachers. I hope that you can maybe just, see how you can adapt this approach to teach your students, okay? All right, okay. So you can, please take a look, of those, we have vocabulary teaching, And English Chinese pair activities is good for translation, okay? And pronunciation teaching, okay? If you're interested, in how to teach pronunciation, you can use this, okay? And also grammar, okay? All right, okay. So please feel free to take a look, okay? All right. And finally, resources. We have lots of, we also summarize the information for you, okay? So you know, the important corpora we used, okay? Right? Okay, so just, okay, we provide a short summary, okay? All right. Okay. All right, I think maybe you, here we have teaching activities suggested by other researchers. I think usually these activities are meant for university levels, but we don't find many, a few, really, okay? So one is adapted from the Moodle course, okay? And the other is the Randy Rappin, he presented.
Last year at the Education University of Hong Kong.
Yeah, she gave a keynote speech.
Yeah,
Did you come?
Yeah, of course I was there.
Yeah, that's it. Okay. All right. Now can I just invite you to spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes filling an online evaluation form on this website, okay? We only have 7 Likert scale questions and plus 1 open question, okay? Very short, okay? It's anonymous, okay? Don't worry, okay?
Sounds better.
I have a question. So if it's not there, that means it's wrong? Did you say something like that? It doesn't
No,
mean
I
it's
didn't
wrong,
say,
right?
but I didn't say it's wrong,
I
but
think it's okay to
actually
say
it's
solve
kind of
traffic.
a signal.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something wrong in the usage. Okay.
And I think I've said that before, solve traffic. I'm going to solve, it was like, sound so, from up on high, I'm going to solve
But maybe in
traffic.
some particular context you can
Sometimes, yeah.
solve the traffic, but you don't say solve the traffic jams. This is solve traffic jams.
The thing
I'm
is
going
that
to solve traffic jams.
God.
Yeah.
You're the minister of
Yeah.
transportation.
Well,
Yeah.
well, in this case, you are maybe the you are not the user, but you are maybe like policy maker. But it's different, right? In some particular context.
That sounds
But from
cool.
in the students, as maybe solve the traffic.
But how do you want to convince them to use these other websites when they can just Google it or?
So
or
we don't
check?
just advise them
do
to
it in
Google,
class.
because in Google anybody can post anything on it.
Oh, okay.
So we use this corpus data, okay? But even in corpus data, there might be some mistakes, right? But it would be rare, very rare.
Because the students told me today there's a new dictionary I've never heard of before,
Mhm.
the Chinese one. Now everyone's using it. It's called like,
有道.
yes, that one. And like, so
Yeah,
now
I know
everyone's
that
using
one.
it.
I know.
So that's how you use Google. So no, now.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, 有道 is a good dictionary. But actually, it's different. The thing is, using dictionary, I mean, it's different from using corpus tools.
Yeah, because that's the
Yeah,
content.
yeah, it's different anyway. I wouldn't say that you can use corpus tools to solve everything. I mean, just I think show them, the common use, and sometimes you have to guide them, and you have to do some searches, by yourself, and design some simple learning activities to make it less boring, more interesting, Yeah, that's my purpose.
Lex tutors.
Yeah.
You think Lex Tutor is better?
I think it's
Okay.
easy.
Yes, easy to search. I see. But like functions in here is also quite good, right? Like common collocations, I think is good.
It's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
words and phrases.
So far, that is free.
Now, so far Q&A. Do you have any questions? No question. Okay. So very practical, Actually, if you want to,
Is it free?
also maybe show you briefly, still the website. It's like how to create corpus materials for classroom use. Here, I just provide you with some general, basic, some guiding principles.
Mhm.
So maybe you can take a look. So usually I summarize 4 steps, okay? 4 steps, okay? So test user knowledge, just like maybe show, for example, like in an amazing activity. First, I want, just draw them attention to the use of EDING, for the first time, okay? And then you make them, do some corpus searches, okay? And then make them, try to make them, discover the language patterns inductively, but it will be difficult. They will need your guidance. That they need some output exercises or activities or, or tasks, not only exercise, okay? And for design corpus-based learning teaching activities for vocabulary, I have more more detailed guides, okay? Start with concrete word or phrase, okay? Right. Do initial searches by yourself. Summarize, okay? Choose a corpus that is suitable for your student level, and design some learning activities based on the pattern of use. Keep the instructions simple and easy to follow. From simple to complex, from guided control to allow students free. Okay, so just some principles, okay. But designing exercises or tasks or activities is very time consuming, We had 4 team members in this project. We only managed to produce but within 9 months we finished everything. So we exhausted ourselves, but anyway, we were happy, And many school teachers found this helpful.
That's the way it goes with corpus.
Okay.
That's exhausting.
Okay. So thank you very much. Okay, and you can also contact me. Okay, my email address there. Okay, right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
More questions.
Yeah, sure.
Sorry, I thought there was a Q&A session.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
I do have one question.
Mm.
A criticism we receive with approach like this is, and especially with the more advanced students, and Simon knows what I mean, is when we introduce this kind of a tool, and it takes time for students to discover things.
Yeah.
We understand that for primary school students it's very exciting to discover things by themselves, but then for PhD students they don't have much time. And the one comment is, why not just tell them, for example, how a research article is written and structured, how argumentation is conducted in a research paper. So
Okay.
I just want to hear your advice.
I understand. But actually, I think my understanding is corpus linguistics or corpus research is quite popular at tertiary level. And I think some researchers like you maybe already developed some materials for your students, right? For us, I think it's very difficult because most school teachers, they don't know what corpus is. Okay, so in our corpus, our target is school teachers. Yeah, but for university students, for example, when I introduce these tools to my MA students, I think they quite like it. Particularly, I try to convince them. You can use these corpus tools to design teaching learning activities for your own students, right? Okay, it's for teacher training, So they are quite happy about it. I think the thing is, if the teachers are quite enthusiastic, it can influence students, right? Okay, if you, I'm not going to say that you can use it every day, I think, for example, like I think for finding common collocates, right? Even now, sometimes we just start to wonder which word should I use to collocate with verb. I will go to COCA, I'll use a function. In a COCA, you can find a common collocates also quite quickly, right? Okay. So I mean, maybe we can just show these like tips to our students. We don't need to give them design a systematic lesson for them, but just show them useful functions. For example, when you're just left on your own, okay, you try to self-check your writing, particularly, I think for, again, maybe for those, good students, right, who has a high awareness, who's, quite, particular about the accuracy of the writing, maybe they are more, will be more motivated to use these tools rather than weak students, right? Okay, so I think maybe we can target those more motivated students, initially, right? And then we can try to, convince those, maybe weak students. Okay, second stage, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So thank you.
I actually agree. It's a very valuable tool.
Right. Oh, by the way, just something, but I'm going to send the information to Mei Ling on November 30th. I'm going to organize a one-day symposium. So it's, the theme is language learning technology. So I invited one scholar from Taiwan, Professor Lan Yulu, and also one scholar from Singapore, and one scholar from University of Sen Yat-sen, Zhongshan Daxue, okay, and another scholar from Hong Kong U. To the topic will also be practical, to show teachers what technology tools they can use to help them, help students to learn or design some lessons, but not on corpus. Okay, and other things. Okay, I'll forward the poster to Mei Ling. Okay, if you are free, please come to join us. Okay, it's free. You don't need to pay. Okay, we offer you with some refreshments, tea break. Okay, all right, okay, okay, all right. Okay, so thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.